Stop. What if I told you that you didn't need an LLC to apply for a business credit card? Yeah, you really kind of don't need one. Right now, as a freelancer, side hustle, or Uber driver, or anyone with income generating activity, you already qualify for business credit products. Hear me out. But with the right ones, that means that there's probably $50,000 in buying power at 0% interest. No LLC required, no employees, and no registered business. And I know all of this sounds far-fetched, but don't worry, I'm going to explain it, because in today's lesson, we're going to be going over how to apply for business credit products without having an LLC up. So what I want you to do is go grab your pen and paper, and without further ado, let's dive in. So let's go ahead and talk about the business section, okay? And this is a part that a lot of people miss, because there are thousands of people sitting on the sidelines that that do side hustles, and they're leaving possibly $50,000 in business funding untouched. The most common type of business in America is called sole proprietorship. And as a sole proprietorship, you're just doing something to make money in your own name. And that's pretty much the whole definition. So again, if you're that hairdresser or you do anything on the side, you cut hair to school, anything, you are a sole proprietor, whether you know it or not. You don't need to register for anything. You don't need a lawyer or an LLC or even a business bank account. You just need to be doing something that earns you income, or that you're actively trying to earn income from, if that makes sense. And here's what counts: driving Uber, Lyft, selling on eBay, Etsy, Postmark, Amazon, doing freelance work, graphic designers, what else? Writing, video editing, anything of that. Tutoring, it could be anything. Posting content on YouTube, selling sneakers, you name it. That's all I can think of at the top of my head. But all this counts as a business. And even if you're still in the early stages, testing ideas or buying equipment, doing research, that still counts. Because a sole proprietorship doesn't require profit, it requires intent. Stay with me, walk with me. And you just need to be actively trying to make money, okay? Now, at some point, forming an LLC does make sense, and it adds credibility. It gives you some legal protection, and it opens more doors with certain lenders. But you don't need one today, technically. You can apply for business credit products right now using your social security number, okay? And with your home address as a sole proprietor. And you can still get approved. So before we go any further, really ask yourself, okay, have you ever been paid for a service? Have you ever sold anything? Are you actively trying to earn money on the side? And if the answer is yes to any of those, you have a business, you qualify. And we all know how inflation is just, tapping everybody's pockets right now. So if you're trying to do anything on the side, you can still come to the forefront and you can still get business funding to actually fund that idea. So now we want to talk about why you actually want these cards, okay? So again, stay with me, walk with me, because once you see what business credit cards actually do, the question stops being, can I get one? And it starts being, why don't I have one already? So the 4 things that make these cards different from anything in your wallet right now is, number 1, 0% interest on serious money, okay? Most business credit cards, most of them do come with 0% APR for a promotional period for 12 to 18 months. Some 6 months, 9 months, but typically you'll get that 9 to 18 months. So that means that you can access 10, 20, 30, even $50,000 in buying power at 0% interest during that entire window, and use it for inventory like, equipment, marketing, or whatever business you need, or whatever you need for the business. As long as you pay it off before the promotional period ends, you really gain no interest from that. And that's the capital on the loan for free, okay? And no, even if you do go past the promotional period, it's not the end all be all, but you always want to have a plan. But anyway, let's get into number 2, all right? So they don't report to your personal credit. So for all of my people that are getting their credit together, or you have it together, this is really, really beneficial, especially if you're trying to invest in the business or the side hustle that you're doing. This surprises most people because when you carry a balance on a personal credit card, what does it do? It reports to the personal credit bureaus, dragging down your utilization. And when your utilization goes up, your score goes down. So most business credit products don't work that way. The balance doesn't touch your personal credit at all. But if you miss a payment, it will show up on your personal credit. I'm telling you that right now. So you can put $30,000 on a business credit card for inventory and your personal credit does not move a needle, okay? But one flag I do want to say, Capital One is an exception, okay? The business credit products do report the activity to your personal. There are a few other credit cards. I just can't think off the top of my head which ones they do, so you always want to know before you apply. Number 3, we're talking about higher limits than on the personal side. Banks understand that businesses spend more money than individuals, so the business cards can start with way higher limits by default. So that means buying power without affecting your personal utilization. Number 4, rewards on things that businesses actually spend on. So categories like, advertising, buying supplies, internet, travel, you name it. You're earning cash back or points on top of every dollar that you're already spending to run your business. So that adds up faster than what most people expect. But the real play is knowing which cards to apply for, in what order and from what bank, so you don't trigger or mess up anything, because it's so easy to mess this up, especially in today's age. All right. And then, stacking the wrong stuff can really put you kind of in a bind. So this is what I don't want you to do, but this is also what I help clients do in the Everhart Capital Funding Program. So if you're a business owner or soon to be business owner or that sole proprietor with a 700 or higher, then what I want to do is help you handle these bank connections, help you with your business entity build, and help you achieve that $50,000 to $300,000 in business capital, because that's what we do for every client from start to finish. Okay, no payment up front right now, and you can book your free consultation down below right now. Again, book that free capital consultation if you meet those qualifications. But enough about that. Let's get into the credit needs. Now, this is the section that determines whether you actually get approved this week or 6 months from now. Even though that you're applying for a business credit card, the banks are looking at you personally, okay? And it's called a personal guarantee. All right, so when it comes to a personal guarantee, you're on the hook for the debt. So if they pull your credit and decide that they trust you with it, for the best cards, the ones with, again, the high limit, 0% APR, real sign-up bonuses, you want a 700 or higher, ideally 720 or above. Okay, now you can get approved with 680, 690s, but I would say have it between that 700 to 720 range. But it doesn't stop there. Just keep listening. Because most people just hear 700 and they're like, yeah, that's me, but they don't have everything else. Okay. I wouldn't even say number 1. Just hear me. Get your utilization down. Okay. That's number 1 thing. Utilization is a percentage of your available credit that you have on the personal side. Yes, it matters. Let's just say, for example, you have a $10,000 credit limit and you spend $5,000 on the personal side. What is your utilization? Too darn high, 50%. You have to get every card below 30%, ideally 10%, okay? That one adjustment alone can move your score 20 to 50 points. The next thing is no negatives, no late payments at all. I really say in the past 24 months, but don't have any at all. Missed payments can be the single biggest hit to your credit score. Banks do not want to see any late payments in the last 2 years or relatively at all, okay? So you got to make sure that you remove all those. And I don't care what it is. If you utilize me, I can help you get those off, especially if you're a business owner. We can try to melt those off as quick as possible to get you to the other side. But I'm telling you right now, if you take care of that, you won't have any issues moving forward, because it will hinder you. Have at least 2 to 3 accounts, with some good history, okay? So lenders want to see what you've managed in credit over time. So if your profile is thin, 1 or 2 accounts, both under 2 months work, that's not really going to do anything, okay? But you can start building that. A secure credit card or a builder account that does, 6 to 12 months, that'll really help you. It's very solid. Don't just add credit builders, because that's not going to be a thing. It doesn't make sense. You have just straight credit builders, but you ask for $100,000. That's like you sitting in a hoopty and you're asking for a Lamborghini. That doesn't make sense. But building out your profile is really what you need. You got your credit report up and ready? Okay, great. That's awesome. Now we're going to talk about how to fill out the applications, because this is where most people overthink it. This is kind of where the word business and kind of like the form is going to be a little complicated. So just tell you right now, it's not. So let me walk you through like how the fields go. So in the business credit card applications, there's 2 sections, okay? There's going to be the personal information and then the business information. With the personal section, it's straightforward. You already know all this. Your name, address, date of birth, social security, annual income, everything included up under the sun. What's your salary? They're going to ask for everything except for a blood sample. So make sure you have that ready so you can put that accurate information on there. Now, the next thing that they're going to talk about is the business section. All right. Now, here's where each field has to be pretty much filled correctly. With the business structure, you're going to select sole proprietorship. But I'm going to let you know right now, every single bank does not have sole proprietorship. It's only a select few. But if it has it, you're good. Legal business name, you're going to put your name, okay? That's it. No DBA, no LLC name required. The next thing, with the tax ID, you're going to put your social security number. As a sole proprietor, you don't have an EIN. You have just your social security, so that'll work fine. Business address, put your home address. You don't need a separate office. You don't need to be fancy. Annual revenue, you're just going to have to be honest. Include all of your business activity, your entities, what you make. So if you make $3,000 to $5,000 a year plus whatever you make at your job, try to add all that together. Even if you have a spouse in the house, try to add every single thing to show that you're making the money so you can try to get some type of collateral from them on the business side. Years in business. So think back when you actually started the activity. So if you've been selling on eBay for 2 years, then that's 2 years in business. Okay. So no formal date required. The next thing I just want to think of is also the number of employees. 0 to 1, both are acceptable. Just don't put 10 if you don't have any. And then the business category. You're going to pick the closest match to you. So if you do content creation, media, or information services, freelancing, just try to find the one that's closest to it. Sometimes they don't always have it, but just try to get as close as you can. And then you want to click apply. If you're not instantly approved, do not panic, okay? Everything is through an AI system, but still they have to, double check their side, okay? Many approvals come within 1 to 3 business days, of your file. And if you get a denial, most banks have a reconsideration line. So you can call in specifically, to try to get what the reason was of why you were denied. But if you don't get a response, at least within 24 hours, I would say call. Now, in this section right here, pay attention because this is where the order that you're going to apply and how it matters the most. You want to start with kind of no annual fee credit cards. This is the easiest way to get approved and to build that relationship with the issuer to make sure that every application gets a little easier after this. So the 2 cards that you could look at is, Chase. I know it's not the easiest to get approved for, but once you're approved, you're pretty much in. You could try the business cash card. There's no annual fee, 5% cash back. You get 2% on gas and dining. One of the strongest entry levels, if you want to do that. And then its counterpart or its, cousin or whatever you want to call it. But, the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited, it's no annual fee. It's kind of the same thing. It's simple, consistent, no categories to track, but it's very helpful because Chase prioritizes existing banking relationships. So if you have a checking account with Chase, before you apply, your approval odds actually go up. So that does with your spending limit. So opening that account first, letting it sit for 90 days, and then applying for that card. So that's really going to help. And then once you have your first 2 approvals for 12 to 24 months at 0% interest, now you can start scaling your business even more. Okay. There's also other places like American Express that offers, sole proprietorships. These tier 1 banks, I think Citibank does as well. But what I want you to do is kind of check in your backyard for these smaller banks that people, even me, have never heard of. They might actually mess with you when it comes to the sole proprietor thing. Something to think about. But at the end of the day, yes, you are going to have to get an LLC, but at least starting up, try to put some money in your pocket. So let's go ahead and bring this home. Again, you do not technically need an LLC. You do not need 1,000 employees or a registered business. If you're earning money or actively trying to, earn money, you're a sole proprietor. And you can actually qualify for business credit cards right now. So if you have a 700 or above, no negatives, utilization below 30, you can apply with your social security number and start, with the Chase Inc. or any of these other cards that can help you scale from there. Okay. But sometimes it can be a little nerve-wracking and hard if you don't structure things the right way, because getting that $50,000 of sole prop is kind of hard, but it's definitely obtainable if you have the right data point, strategy, and execution. Now, with all that being said, I want to talk to 2 separate groups, okay? So if you're a sole proprietor or a soon-to-be business owner and you're trying to get capital, but you can't because you got these late payments, these charge-offs, or anything that's hindering your credit right now, but you got this dope idea, then what I want you to do is click the link below right now to sign up for that credit repair consultation. It's free. We're going to figure out how we're going to map everything out, get everything removed from your report, and then move you over to the business side so we can get you the funding. Now, for all of my business owners or sole proprietors that have the 700 or better clean credit, then what I want you to do is click that link below to sign up for that capital consultation, because we're going to help you improve everything as far as everything on that side, as far as business entities, your business entity structuring, also making sure that your personal credit is ready to get the business funding. And we're going to help you get $50,000 to $300,000 in business capital. So again, if any one of those links actually pique your interest, click them and I'll see you on that call. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope this helps one of you guys and it kind of puts you in the perspective that you can actually apply for business funding without having your business technically set up. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. And until next time, ladies and gents.